you shouldn't, right? If it's good, you
Right.
won't know.
Right. 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 What do you
Right. I mean,
like?
I
Are
think
there
that's when we talk about, yeah, the resistance, or we all have had very unfortunate and frustrating experiences with chatbots today. And
Yeah.
I think even reframing it it's not what that is anymore, right? It is an
Right.
experience that you're having to self-service with a brand to get what you need done more quickly. And having tools to make decisions more quickly, but it should be seamless to the customer. If it's just regular old AI or Gen AI, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And truth be told, that was kind of why I asked the question too, because like my hunch was that you guys were going to say the retailers, but if you do this right, the customer actually shouldn't even feel it at the end of the day,
Sure.
right? It should be seamless to them. And so that's an important thing to get out right in front for our retail executive audience to hear and to digest, quite frankly.
That's right.
And now, Shannon, with that kind of adoption, that kind of consumer adoption, how fast do we realistically think that this change is going to happen? Like, how quickly are we going to see retailers start to adopt this? And what are the concerns or the roadblocks that you might be hearing from retailers, if there are any, to kind of adopting this approach?
Well, I would say until recently, there has been a lot of resistance around adoption, and
Really?
Michael alluded to some of that. Given that AI is at the core of the Talkdesk platform, we've been talking about AI for the last couple of years when I'm with
Right.
customers, prospects, et cetera. And one of a major CTO at a major brand said to me last year, we don't want to talk about AI in our customer experience.
Right.
There is that much resistance. As recently as just a few months ago, sharing with other leaders their worry, right, concerned, anxiety, etc., around the use, the application, making sure brand voices is supported correctly. Where's the right place? However, I think what did shift is AI being scary and having poor experiences historically, be it with demand forecasting, whatever, right? There's just not been
Sure.
a lot of love in the automation and analytics space necessarily within retail. Now becomes a solution that is so easy to use, so many use cases that you can implement immediately, value you can see so quickly that it's a very different story. Right now it's saying, my gosh, you guys, we have all this data, we can understand sentiment, intent. It is easy. You don't need people with massive skill sets to be able to do this work, right? There's human in the loop,
Yes.
there's low code, a lot of the barriers that had existed no longer exist in the same way. So I also think it's important to change have a paradigm shift maybe around it, is that we're not replacing, we're enabling. So where
Yes.
does it make sense? Where are you automating, right, versus enhancing? So some of those mind shifts, I think we're seeing also much greater rapid adoption. It has been a very different year this year in terms of adoption of generative AI tools than it was a year